Hello, everyone. Uh, Instead of doing the full weekend preview like I was gonna do, instead I'm gonna focus on this particular part of the weekend preview and maybe do a bonus video with this. So let's go ahead and listen to this.
Montages and reviews and first impressions videos and things like that over on KOGaming. Okay, so thanks for that. Thanks for your support. Please consider pledging. At this point, it's about halfway through the month. Once the goal's set up, I'll let you know how close we are to the goal, yada, yada, yada. We'll get to that later, but I just want to throw that out there. And now, before I finish the video, to dispel the ridiculous rumor that I heard this week, numerous people came to me and said, Phil, did you see on Twitter people are posting up evidence that your new channel, KOGaming, has been unpartnered with Machinima, and that's why you stopped doing hits of the week, and all this drama.
I like how when his fans are asking him about this, he's kind of doing this mocking voice. And this is, I kind of tweeted this to DSP. Hopefully he read it because I know he reads every tweet I post. When someone is saying, "Oh, is this channel unpartnered?" or that kind of questions that he's been getting, he could have just said, "Hey, I know a lot of people are wondering if KOGaming is unpartnered. It's not. There was a it was a misunderstanding. Someone looked at a third-party website, thought that it meant that the partner was unpartnered. Don't worry, it's still partnered, and that's it. See how quick that was? See how smooth that was? I didn't have to insult anyone. I didn't have to go on a tangent. I just addressed it and said and resolved it. That's all Phil had to do. That's all he had to do in this.
What the fuck? And that's all I have to say. What the fuck? Why are people so gullible? I need to have an answer, finally. I need to have...
He's asking why his fans are so gullible. I don't think you should really call your fans gullible. I mean, to kind of level off, he's actually kind of right. I think his fans are gullible because they believe everything that this guy says. They believed that he was gonna do Project 7, so they gave him $1,250 for something he didn't even do. So they were gullible enough to actually believe that he was gonna follow through. Excuse me. And they're even gullible to keep supporting this guy. But, that's a little mean. So, take it as you will. But, the thing is that DSP fans aren't my fans. So, I don't have that kind of obligation or anything like that to be nice to them. Now, if I was calling people who actually like this channel my main channel, you guys are gullible, then you're probably going to be angry if I said that you're gullible. But if you're a DSP fan and DSP calls you gullible, you tell me how that reflects. I mean, it's not a terrible insult. It's not like, oh my god, he offended you guys. You guys should be upset or foaming at the mouth. It's not that big of a deal. But I still wouldn't call my fans gullible. It's just the principle. Because if you call your fans gullible, you're gonna go on to the next step. I mean, he kind of said other stuff about he kind of talks down to his viewers multiple times as well. So I'm not gonna get into that. But there you go.
An answer on why people believe that shit that teenagers post up on Twitter that's completely unfounded and has little to no fucking evidence besides maybe a coincidental screen capture from some third-party service. Like, what the fuck? Let me tell you something about how YouTube works, because people are so, I guess, they're so ignorant. They don't understand it.
He wanted to say stupid. He really wanted to say stupid. I saw it in his face. He was just about to say this, like, no, can't see it. People that use YouTube, like, this is an example of him talking down to his viewers. He's kind of condescending to them about this. He could have just said it wasn't unpartnered, it's partnered with Machinima, and if you really wanted to go over specifics, like how you can find out, you can say, if you want to be sure to find out for yourself, check the source code of the channel or whatever, and it should be there, but believe me, it's not unpartnered. If it was, I would tell you that's it. He doesn't have to go into this. He didn't have to call his fans gullible. He didn't have to talk to them like they're children. I mean, come on, man.
When a channel is partnered, It's public knowledge. You can find it out. You don't need to go to a third-party website. In fact, if you just look at the source code for any page on YouTube, you can see if a channel is partnered or not. So all anyone needed to do was look at the source code for KOGaming, and they would have known, oh, it's still partnered with Machinima. It is still partnered with Machinima. I don't know where this unfounded nonsense comes from. And the fact that I get people coming to me, oh, you stopped doing this kind of video on that channel because it's not partnered anymore and you're not making money. Preposterous, because then I wouldn't make any videos for that channel, right? If I wasn't partnered anymore on KOGaming, why would I make any
I mean, the thing is that, you know, these people aren't believing that his channel was unpartnered. That's not why they were asking him that his channel was unpartnered. They were just asking to make sure. It was like, Phil, your channel is unpartnered. You gotta go, hurry, there now. They were just saying like, hey, man, I heard that your channel was unpartnered. Is that true? Or like, you know, hey, I heard your channel's unpartnered. You know, they were just asking a simple question. He's acting like this. Like, I don't know. This is ridiculous.
videos on that channel? It wouldn't make any fucking sense at all. So it's just complete nonsense from these fucking people. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're making shit up once again for the sake of drama. And I just wanted to let everyone know, no, there's nothing negative going on at all. Everything's fine right now. If something like that had happened, like let's say I did lose partnership on one of my channels, I would tell you. I've always been transparent. I'm always upfront with.
He's always been transparent. So when's he gonna tell us what he did during those personal days he took off? See, this is my theory because I actually checked one of his old drama videos because I wanted to see. Because I know he said there was like some channel that got like a trial contract, but when I watched it, he was talking about DSP gaming channel that got a trial contract to that it went through the end of January. I thought he was talking about KOGaming. I thought that Machinima gave KOGaming a trial contract, and that he took these personal days off to kind of get them to partner it again. But I guess I might have been wrong with that. If I'm right, please let me know. I think I was wrong thinking that. I don't think he actually said that. Because I rewatched that video, and he didn't mention. He just mentioned DSP Gaming was under a trial partner trial contract. So it's not really KOGaming, so I guess not. But he still took this personal days, so who knows what he did that. If he's so transparent, he should tell us what he did. Come on, Phil, you're transparent. You should tell us. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. He doesn't have to tell us, but if he's gonna make claims that he's a transparent person, then he needs to be transparent. He can't just say he's transparent and then have times where he's not transparent.
Stuff like that. There's no reason why I would ever hold something back like that. I would want you to know so that if I'm okay, I'm going to do a review. I'm not doing it on KOGaming anymore. It's going to be over here.
But this part is true. This is what he did not say transparent. He just said, "Hey, if." But again, he didn't even need to say any of this. All this stuff is just kind of.
I would let you know. So don't listen to the silly drama. Don't be gullible, because that's what these kids want. They want attention by making shit up, literally just making shit up, unsubstantiated, zero evidence of anything.
Pulling evidence out. It's not like that they went to a website and then found evidence that his channel might be unpartnered. It's not accurate. This is being misinformed. But the thing is that I think what he's really saying is that he doesn't want anyone to question what's going on and only listen to what he says. So unless he says something, it can't be true. That logic, if something happens that's true, but he doesn't address it, it's not true because he's not addressing it, so it doesn't exist.
They do it to try to get attention for themselves, right? And stir up the drama. Here I am all week. I'm playing games. I'm doing stuff, and then someone tweets me about it, and I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about, and then I get an email about it, and then I get.
So he gets a tweet. He's like, I don't know what they're talking about, and doesn't bother to respond to it. So no wonder he got bombarded with emails and chats about it because he didn't respond to it. He could have just said it in a tweet. No, it's not unpartnered, and that's it. That's all he had to say. He could have said it's still partnered and then leave it at that. He didn't have to go into this whole tirade of whatever this is.
Get 5 more tweets, and then the stream chat every day, 10, 15 people are coming and asking about it. I'm like, what is this bullshit? Why do people believe this? Why are you so gullible? Stop it. Stop being so gullible. The people who say shit like that are doing it to get your goat, to make you believe shit with.
Yes, we say this stuff to get at his fans, not to him. So like, that's ridiculous. I mean, and I can guarantee, like Dragon Killer, uh, Eddie, whatever, they don't post the stuff there to get at his fans. His fans kind of take it personally on their own, but uh, they don't do it to get at them. They're just kind of posting whatever they say, so it's archived, so he can't take it back because he could always try to take back something back, and I don't know. It's kind of
No
dumb
evidence
to say
whatsoever.
that.
Just because someone posted a screenshot of bullshit on Twitter doesn't mean it's legit, and it doesn't mean that it's evidence of anything. The only one who could tell you if a partner channel is partnered is me, from my own internal data from the channel and from someone who knows how to read the source code of the page. But it's all public knowledge, and it's very silly that people are falling for
If
this
it's
bullshit.
public
It really
knowledge,
is.
then how come no one in your fan community, Phil, figured that out? If it's so public knowledge, maybe you should make it public knowledge, or maybe you should have just said it's still partnered, and that's it. But no, it's public knowledge that it's still partnered. So if you dare to think that it's not, you're wrong and you're dumb and you're gullible. Well, you didn't say dumb, but you're gullible.
So, take anything that you hear
Except-
about me with a grain of salt. Chances are, even though there may be a grain of truth somewhere in there, 99% of the time, it's complete and utter bullshit. This is one of the cases where it is. So don't worry about KOGaming. It's not going anywhere. Quite simply, when it comes to hits of the week, I'll be very honest and upfront with everyone because some people have been asking this question recently. Hits of the Week was a series that I did for 1 month straight. I worked 8 to 10 hours on that show every week. I'm not kidding you, because it
8 to
would be the
10
second.
hours. That's a lie. That's a lie. He said in a forum post that it took him like 5 to 6 hours or so. Now it's 8 to 10. Now it's 8 to 10. Okay. And here's the thing about. Actually, I'll get to what I was gonna say after he gets to.
Half of a day, at least 2 days a week.
Here you go.
One day I'd be gathering all the videos and looking for the greatest moments and trying to figure out how I was going to edit them together and getting music for it and, you know, all that stuff. And the next day I would sit down and I would actually edit all that stuff together and do it all. And quite honestly, Hits of the Week started here. The next week it went here. The next week it went here. And the next week it went here. And then I brought it back for Street Fighter V.
He only did Hits of the Week 3 times. So how can I go from here to here to here to here? He implied that he did 4 with that, like 1 week, 2nd week, 3rd week, 4th week. He didn't do it 4 weeks in a row. Let's go to KOGaming. KOGaming. Is this the right one? Oh, it is. Well, it's the search. So let's go to. I know some other YouTuber did the same thing, but. You know, great minds think alike. So he did, well, that's 1. Look at all these videos. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 3. Yeah, he did 3 because then the next one is the Street Fighter best of week 1, which he is not counting. He said that this was what he brought back, but like, okay.
And that didn't even perform half as good as some of the Hits of the Week videos that I'd done previously. The bottom line is this. Montages make sense if it's a long-form playthrough of a game where you don't have time to watch the whole playthrough and you want to see the highlights.
What about Bloodborne?
But doing it once a week,
4?
just as a general video of the best stuff that happened, isn't paying off. If I'm going to be putting in anywhere from 1 to 2 days of 14...
Okay, so here's the thing about... You kind of... I might need to stop earlier, but here's the thing with weekly content. And the risk any YouTuber has. I ran into this. So many people run into this problem. If they promise a weekly series and they work on it that week, if you don't have the time or the motivation or the work ethic to make videos weekly, don't promise weekly videos because you're gonna fall behind. And once you even take 1 week off, it's a slippery slope to just dropping it. and he only worked on three videos of it. That's barely enough to gauge any form of interest. I'm gonna go to my main channel. Let's do that. Let's go to my main channel. So I did this one video series. Weeks until completion. I was gonna do that every week when I played Metal Gear Solid 5. Only did 2 videos because I fell behind and I kind of stopped doing it. So, that's why I stopped doing weekly content like that. Character Week. I did this as a weekly series, and I worked on all these videos way before they even uploaded. So I had these. I was sitting on some of these videos. Then when I finished them, then I started uploading them because that's how you do weekly content. You should work on the videos first, have them saved up so you're sitting on them, and then you can release them weekly. Don't do it every week because it's not gonna work. So here, oh, you can't see the. Okay, so this video got 22 views. That's pretty good. Those are pretty good views for this video. And this is about Big Boss. I was talking about Snake in this one. Then this one, episode 2. This got 18 views. Okay, that's fine. 18 views is fine. Then this got 14. All right, I'm happy with 14. I'm usually happy if the views are above 5. If it's at least 5 and above, that's a good day for me. 11 views. Okay, and this is where it kind of started dropping off. So then we go to this one and 8 views. Okay, I'm still I'm still happy with it. Then we go to this one, 5. Alright, right on the average. And then we go to this one, 2 views. And then the last video, 10 views. 10 views, actually, that's pretty good, actually. So, this was a weekly series. This was a weekly series I did that, the views kind of dwindled by the end. So I could kind of gauge the investment people had with that video series. So that's kind of why I might not do it again. I'm still thinking about doing a second season of that Character Week series, but it's still it's just on the fence because it just didn't get enough views. But I at least went through it to kind of know, because this wasn't going to be this series from the beginning wasn't an ongoing series that would go on forever. I was always going to do it in batches, like seasons, basically. So I'm still thinking of doing season 2 of it, but I had 8 videos, so I had enough to kind of gauge the interest, and I think it might just be some characters people don't really care about hearing me speak. But I think if I didn't put the title of the character in the name of the character in the tail, that might have actually worked better. But anyways, with hits of the week, he only did 3, and he didn't even do them weekly. Those 8 videos were released weekly on time. There might have been one video that was released a day late, but they were all released the same day. And it was consistent. I was consistent with that video series, so people knew when to expect it. Hits of the week was not consistent. It was very inconsistent. So views just kind of tapered off, especially since it's a new channel and there's a new video series. You can't grow views if you just kind of do 3 videos inconsistently and then just kind of drop it. That's really the issue. That's why these are the lowest views. Look at the first hits of the week. That's 8,000. Okay, that's okay, but that take a long time to get there. The latest one, best of week 1, is 3,000. That's kind of garbage for DSP. But you can't do weekly videos and just do it whenever you feel like it, like that. He lost the consistency.
8 hours of work, and literally those videos were on average taking around 8 hours of work to put out. And people have lost interest in them, but would rather see game reviews, would rather see reaction videos, right? Vlogging. That's the stuff I'm going to focus on. It's business 101. I listen to what my customers are telling me through the viewership. They're saying this is what we like, and that's what I'm going to do more of for you. So, understood. I heard loud and clear what people were saying. Hits of the Week was cool as an idea to start, but the interest fell off. People would rather see other stuff, and that's what I've been focusing on. I didn't just stop doing it for any weird reason, like because KOGaming wasn't partnered. That doesn't make any sense at all. It's nonsense. Don't believe that nonsense. Don't be gullible and buy into that shit. I will tell you if anything happens, all right? Right now, Hits of the Week is basically suspended, but there is potential.
Suspended. Just like this guy 5, a Parasite Eve, all his other videos. And I think maybe Zelda might end up being in that suspension limbo section. DSP puts a lot of things. Hits of the Week is not suspended. It's dead. He might maybe do like a few videos of it for like a long form playthrough, but he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna bring it back because he's lazy. Hits of the Week is proof that he's the laziest person because he didn't keep up a consistent schedule. I mean, my YouTube channel isn't consistent at all. I just kind of upload videos whenever I want, but that's because it's not my job. YouTube isn't my job. I upload videos when I want to or when I feel that they're ready. I don't want to just throw videos on my channel all willy-nilly. There might be only one video I released recently that I just kind of threw online because I just wanted to do a video like that. So I don't know. It's just kind of lame to.
That I will do montages for certain upcoming playthroughs. For example, games like Quantum Break or Dark Souls 3 or Uncharted 4. Those are playthroughs that maybe people won't have time to watch the whole playthrough, but they are AAA releases and people want to see the best moments of my playthrough. Then I might take the time to do an edited montage and put it up on KOGaming. But I'm not going to do it weekly when the interest isn't there. And the
See, what he should have done, what he should do actually with Hits of the Week, change it to Hits of the Month. Okay? And during the weeks, he could mark the time when good shit happens. And then, the last week of the month, he can kind of work on that montage and upload it on the last day of the month. That way, you're not dedicating hours and hours and hours on the video series, but you're still working on it, and you're still uploading it. Doing it monthly makes the most sense than weekly. Monthly is actually the most forgiving time frame you can have. I mean, but again, just like weekly, if you don't do it for 1 month, you're not gonna do it. You're gonna fall off that record. You kind of have to keep yourself accountable to this. You can't just say, "Well, I'm gonna do it this month." Okay, I'm not gonna do it this month. I'm really busy, so I'm not gonna do it. All right, third month, I guess I'll do it. Okay, I did it. Fourth month, I'm not gonna do it. I'm busy. Like, you should just do it monthly. You shouldn't do it weekly.
The blatant results in black and white, the interest was not there, and that's why I stopped doing it. There you go. You got it from the horse's mouth. Okay,
he stopped doing it because he wasn't getting enough of this. He even did it like for a Patreon goal, and then he dropped it. Like, he got which is weird because. Well, it's kind of funny. It was drama last year that this happened. He was doing these montages through Patreon, wasn't getting enough views, so then he kind of killed them. And it's like, but Patreon was there so you wouldn't have to worry about views. Now you're worrying about views? Okay, all right. So that's it for this video. But since let me look at the time. Maybe we can have time for. We're gonna do another video, baby. We're gonna do another one, son. Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do what everyone wants to watch. Okay, we're gonna watch him talk about the Captain America. Oh, YouTube's been acting weird today, so we're gonna have to wait a while. Let's look at the comments. Okay, the comments are there. Fellow reacts to porn. Oh my god, come on. There we go. Look at that. Really? Well, okay, look. Look, Phil. DSP. Potential YouTube creators. Don't use this font. Don't use any of the fonts he's been using. Don't. If you need to put a title, the title's in the description below. You don't need a fancy title, or if you're gonna do, oh my god, he looks like a bum in this even more. Okay, sorry, but look at look at this font. It's awful. It's awful. It's so tacky. It's so tacky and lazy and this. Wow, he can at least do letters himself. And what quality is this? 1080p 60. Okay, whatever. We'll keep it that. So, but man, and he can at least take a picture of himself like doing something. I don't know. This has as much effort as me. I don't need annotations.
What is up, everyone? DSP
oh god,
here,
that
and I
transition.
literally just saw the brand new
this
Captain
guy.
America Civil War trailer, which they're calling Trailer 2, I guess, because it's the second one.
Have a chin.
And I wanted to take a moment to sit down and give you my thoughts and reactions to what I saw. However, before we actually get to that, I really do strongly feel that I want to address something in regards to my new reaction style videos this year. A lot of people have expressed
here we go. This is some shit. This is some fucking shit. But first off, he says, warning spoilers. It's a fucking trailer. It's a trailer. Like, if I was trying to avoid all trailers, I would probably avoid watching reaction videos as on top of that. So, really, reaction videos, or whatever you want to call these, this is actually more of an impressions video, you should at least expect that he's going to talk about the trailer that you're trying to avoid, so you shouldn't be watching this if you don't want to be spoiled. If you want to go in cold. So, saying warning spoilers is irrelevant to this kind of video that you're making. Just saying.
Concern that the title Phil Reacts is misleading because I'm not doing what every other YouTuber does who uses that title, which is playing a live clip of something on the screen and showing my actual facial reaction.
Look, okay, he's not exactly wrong, because he is kind of reacting to a trailer, because he's kind of giving his thoughts on it. Giving his thoughts is a reaction. He's but the thing that people are, but what he's trying to get at is fucking stupid. No one's gonna say, okay, live facial reactions. I mean, why that's a fucking mouthful. Why do you, like, and it's dumb. Like, he could have just said Phil Reacts is a fine title because I'm giving you my reactions to the trailer by giving you my thoughts. I might not have, but what he could also do is play the trailer off camera, like, just sitting there watching it, not having the audio play, not having the, he would wear headphones on so he could hear it, and then he would just have it off screen, and you wouldn't see it, and you could just record him doing this. Oh, cool, like, and that's all he could do. That's all he could do. He could just do that, and that would be fine. But instead, he's trying to defend himself for just staying in the same fucking location. And that's the other thing I want to kind of criticize him for. The only time I stay in this kind of position when I do these DSP videos is because they're DSP videos. I don't want to put, if he's not going to put as much effort in his videos, I'm not going to put a lot of efforts in these videos. But when I do my main channel, I usually sit on a sofa, but sometimes I sit here, sometimes I change where I go, depending on what I want to talk about. Because sometimes I sit here because I might put more posters here, so I might put posters behind me, or I might do something with this wall space, and I might sit on the couch if I want to talk about other things. He should at least change where he's sitting, because we see him sitting here every single video. The only times we don't see him here is when he's doing a DSP tries it. But whatever.
Reactions and things to seeing it live for the first time. Now, I just want to clear the air here, because I do feel that there is a major misconception on YouTube with this fad. The bottom line is, react is not a word that means live facial reaction. And in reality, that's what everyone else on YouTube does, because that's what's popular on YouTube.
Live facial reactions. With this logic, he should just say that this is Phil thinks thoughts reactions at that point. Because he's using like, he's trying to say that people who do these reaction videos should say that it's facial reactions, so they describe what they're doing. So at this point, he should. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at the freeze frame, great freeze frame, but because even when he's doing these videos, he's giving a facial reaction. So saying live facial reactions isn't even accurate because this whole argument makes no sense and there's no logic to it. There's zero logic to this. There's nothing that's even tangible or makes sense. It's like a 3-year-old trying to explain to his parents the difference between a reaction video and a facial reaction video or whatever. And live facial reaction sounds more of like a pornography movie or something. Whatever.
It's a thing that everyone does, even if they're not known for doing it. Everyone started doing it for cheap views, all right? And okay, views. Maybe there is some entertainment factor for it for some reason for some people. I don't know because I don't really care.
What? He doesn't understand the enjoyment. It's not fucking rocket science because people are not doing. No one is watching a live action facial reaction like at all. It's more just like, oh wow, that's cool. Like oh wow, I'm so like this. This is a live facial reaction that he's talking about. See, I'm not sitting and be like ooh ah. Come on.
I wouldn't want to see someone's live facial reactions. I'm more of a person that would rather hear someone who saw something and had time to digest it and has cool thoughts about it and wants to express those thoughts. Not just crazy ass, wow, ooh, facial reactions to stuff, which quite honestly is what most of these videos are.
Does he watch any videos? I don't think he watches any. He claims he doesn't watch any YouTubers that does facial reactions. But honestly, I think he's doing these videos similarly to Alpha Omega Sin and all the kind of other YouTubers that kind of do this stuff. And really, the only people I do kind of see that do that is the that's a name drop, but I'm gonna name drop anyway. So sorry, Black Comedy Nerd. I think his channel's name is. I watch some of his videos. He's fine, but he does a lot of but when he talks, he gets very annoying. He sounds like he's like on speed. He's like, and he gets like really happy, and he starts laughing, and they kind of, I don't know. I don't really like that view as much. While Alpha Omega Sin's just angry all the time, so I don't really like watching his videos either. But that's kind of what he's doing with this video, and he doesn't. And I don't understand how those YouTube videos are so successful, how those YouTube channels are so successful, because they're just standing in front of a wall and talking. You know, like at least on my main channel, there's something going on in the video that you can watch as I talk, but whatever.
That I've seen. It just seems that a lot of the times they're not even real. It's probably someone who saw the trailer once or twice before, and now has figured out how to overreact to it.
They figure it out. They watch his video. Wow. And he's making these accusations with zero proof, by the way.
Reaction from the crowd. They're pandering to the lowest common denominator, and if you fall for these videos,
pandering to the lowest common denominator says the guy who named a video series Phil Reacts, the laziest title you can come up with. And I guarantee the reason why he calls it Phil Reacts is because he has the word reacts in the title. So when people look up reactions or reacts or whatever, his channel might come up, his video might come up in the search results. So, excuse me, instead of calling it some interesting title or something, he's going with the most basic title you can come up with. Phil Reacts is so basic, it actually kind of hurts. It's actually the most basic thing I've seen. It makes basic YouTube channels seem way more like avant-garde in comparison with Phil Reacts. Phil Reacts title is a terrible title. It's awful. It looks like a placeholder.
I mean, that's on you. It's certainly nothing that I would ever want to create. I'd rather actually give you my digested thoughts and things that I think would add to...
Why is this in this video? Like, I can't... This is a misleading title because I'm here for Captain America Civil War trailer 2, not what Phil thinks the reaction video. This would have probably fit a little bit more in the Fine Brothers drama videos that he did, not in Captain America.
A conversation or get a conversation going rather than just cheap kind of shock factor reactions on my face. And so when I'm doing this kind of video, this is my reaction. Phil reacts.
Like he's doing faces right now. That's a facial reaction. And then we did that like thing. He was doing a facial reaction for that. There you go. He's doing facial reactions. So what's the difference, Phil? What's the difference between what you're doing? Oh, because you don't have you can't play the trailer and you can't watch it. You can't put any effort in it. No, you can't.
That I saw something or something happen, and my reaction to it is this video where I give you my digested thoughts. So please don't come over here and be unfair and say that the videos are misproperly titled or whatever. They're not. In reality, it's all the rest of YouTube who's naming their videos wrong. Those videos.
That is the dumbest one of the dumbest statements he has made. Everyone is wrong. But he's not. He's not. But everyone is wrong. That alone kind of sums up his attitude or personality so well. It's unbelievable how he's not self-aware at this point. He doesn't realize that he cannot take any blame. Any. You can't say, well, maybe I'm naming it wrong, but I don't. But this is what I think, and this is why I named it, and that's it. He didn't have to say every YouTuber does it wrong because they're not doing it wrong. There's no criteria. Why should they name their titles with long names? No one likes doing that. Are you fucking for real, dude?
Video should be called live facial reactions, not whatever react, because people react to things in different ways and don't always just sit there going.
If they react differently, then you can argue that live facial reactions is one of those different ways to react. So they're not naming their videos wrong. Are you fucking dense? Do you not hear what you say? He has the bias of YouTube. He says things and he doesn't realize what he's saying.
And doing kinds of faces when they're watching something live. And to put a final pin in this conversation and end it, I couldn't do that here anyway. This channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, is not under any kind of a managed partnership, and I've already had multiple copyright issues in the past year with complete nonsensical stuff that was fake. Imagine.
But you know what? This is what I find interesting. This is actually something that I'm surprised no one kind of questioned. If he can't have any footage on his channel, then how was he able to show gameplay footage when the hateful truth was on this channel? I really that's that was something that was I was trying to go to sleep, and that was one of the weird random questions that my brain generated, was that he claims he can't put any copyright content on his channel, but he posted the hateful truth with gameplay footage on his channel, but he can't do a trailer. Why? I mean, he said the same thing, that I can't do Let's Plays on my King of Hate Vlogs channel because I'll get copyright strike. So then, but why did you put the hateful truth on the King of Hate Vlogs if it's not partnered? See, this is the kind of questions he gets you to ask yourself.
Now, if I was actually getting legitimate issues showing this actual trailer on the screen while I was watching it, and now it's getting flagged by Marvel, or even if not, even if people were just false flagging it, the bottom line is this year, I've got a lot of great momentum on this channel, and people really are enjoying my increase in vlogging and this new style of video. The last thing I would want is for all that momentum to come to a screeching halt because of some copyright issue because I played the trailer on the screen. So please understand, I'm not going to do that style of video. This is the way that I react to stuff, and I hope that you enjoy it. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about this new Captain America Civil War trailer. So the premise of this whole movie, which I'm interested in because it is a spin
3 minutes
on the actual
3 minutes of 9 minutes on that. So he's really talking about the Captain America trailer for 3 minutes.
Civil War plotline from Marvel Comics several years back is that Captain America and Iron Man are at odds. In this case, it seems that the world is very much afraid of superheroes because, as we've seen in the past several Marvel movies, there's these large-scale invasions, there's these things going on that cause widespread panic, destruction, and the people are afraid that even the heroes, when they mobilize, end up doing all this peripheral damage that just, hurts everyone around them, and they want checks and balances on the heroes.
Marvel,
Tony Stark or Iron
That's like
Man
a
is very much
Justice
in line
League
with this line of thought, and he
season.
wants to have checks and balances. He feels that they do have too much power, and that they should be able to be regulated in some way, while Captain America is kind of on the other side of the fence saying, no, I stand for truth and justice, and if something is going wrong, I want the ability to react at a moment's notice, and I have to jump through all these loopholes and everything in order to get approval, and I can see both.
That is not the story. I saw the trailer. I mean, I might be wrong, but isn't it that the government wants to, like, arrest or execute Bucky or Buck, whoever his name is, and Captain America is like, that's wrong. He's my friend. I'm not gonna turn him in. And Iron Man is like, we have to turn him in. Isn't that the plot?
Sides of the fence. In some ways, you need to have an immediate reaction, but other times, if you don't have a calculated kind of response, you could have all kinds of bad things happen to the people around you, and this is what's at the core of Civil War. To even kind of emphasize the idea, you've got the focal point, the Winter Soldier. This is Bucky, who used to be Captain America's sidekick way back during the World War II times, and he's been transformed into this kind of cybernetic guy who was controlled by the terrorist organization Hydra in the last Captain America movie, appropriately titled Winter Soldier. So now he's on a run because the law wants to arrest him for the things that he's done, but Captain America's like, no, he was mind controlled. It's not his fault that all this stuff happened, and you can't hold him accountable. And he's trying to basically escape, and so it's like Captain America along with Winter Soldier and a group of people on his side, including the Scarlet Witch, who was in the previous Avengers movies, and a few other people are kind of up in arms against Iron Man, who's now teaming up with people on the Avengers and such, and it's pretty interesting to see these two sides go at it. We already knew from the original Civil War trailer that Black Panther, a very popular character in the Marvel Universe, would be making his on-screen debut, and that was cool. But this trailer also fleshes out the fact that there's going to be a few more characters who maybe we hadn't planned on seeing. Number one, Ant-Man, who's really cool. I just saw Ant-Man in his movie, and I thought it was a really cool movie. I thought that he's probably one of the most original superheroes ever, which quite honestly, I thought he was kind of lame until I saw the movie. I was like, wow, this guy has a lot of cool powers that I'd like to see implemented in a full-scale, say, Avengers movie, and he's in the trailer, and that's really cool to see that they're taking this most recent Marvel superhero from last year and tossing him into the mix. And in a few quick scenes, you see the Vision, which again is also cool because the Vision was kind of a secondary character to the Avengers 2 movie, and I really like to see him back after Age of Ultron in some kind of a capacity in these movies, so this will be his first opportunity to do so. But now the big spoiler, and I just want to make it abundantly clear to everyone, this is public in the trailer, and most people have already heard about it, but if you have not seen the trailer yet, prepare for spoilers.
Why would anyone watch this video if they haven't seen the trailer? If they don't plan on seeing the trailer, why would they watch this? A video about the trailer that they don't want to see. Okay.
Go. The very final scene of the trailer, you've got Iron Man and Captain America kind of facing off, and Iron Man says, that's it, I'm disgusted, sending the guy in underoos. Here comes, ladies and gentlemen, Spider-Man jumps over Captain America, whips out his web, pulls the shield out of Captain America's hands, lands, and goes, hi guys. And there's all this speculation now on the internet about who is this Spider-Man? Is this supposed to be one of the actual real mainstream Spider-Man from Marvel Comics? Is this the Ultimates Spider-Man? People are looking at his suit and saying, oh, it kind of looks like it's more CGI or more cartoony, so maybe they're going from the more manga-style Spider-Man. His eyes are way different design.
Manga-style Spider-Man. What? What? When was Spider-Man in a manga? What? Marvel is apparently a manga company, guys. I didn't know that. Whoops. And I can't wait. I wonder if he's gonna shit on like everyone else's. But here's the thing. I think Spider-Man sounded like Tobey Maguire, so I thought it was Tobey Maguire Spider-Man because he sounded just like him almost. But even then, who knows? He was only in the trailer for like a minute or whatever. and it was enough to be like, oh, I know. So it could be anything. It could be anything,
In the
guys.
previous Spider-Man. So there's all the speculation. Now, it was a rumor that Spider-Man was going to be in this movie for months, especially because we learned last year that the Spider-Man movie franchise from Sony Pictures was literally just being scrapped and that they were going to move on to other projects and that there was a lot of...
I think they said that the Spider-Man movies were just gonna find a way to make a deal or an agreement to have Spider-Man in the Disney movies. They were gonna find some bridge to kind of have that. I that's what I remember hearing last time about it when they were talking about Spider-Man and the Avengers, that they were saying that, oh, we're gonna find a way to get Spider-Man in here. You just have to find a way, and I guess they found a way. That's the last thing I heard. I don't think it was, well, we're scrapping this, but who knows?
rumblings behind the scenes that Marvel Comics really wanted to have Spider-Man on the other side of the fence in this other Marvel Cinematic Universe that was not being made by Sony. So it's really cool to finally get confirmation that Spider-Man is going to be in this movie. I'm excited, and
Honestly, I wish they didn't have that in the trailer. Because imagine how cool that would have been to go in Captain America 3 and be like, oh man, this movie's gonna be crazy and have this and that. Then in the theater, it's like, Spider-Man! Oh, that would have been so cool. I'm kind of bummed that they did this, but I think it was probably to avoid online spoilers, but that's kind of shitty. I think that's a cop-out reason, to be honest. I hate when people say, well, we gotta show it because the people are gonna talk about online. Who gives a shit? Because to me, everyone spoiled freaking Han Solo dying in Star Wars Episode 7. Does that mean J.J. Abrams should have posted online in a trailer that Han Solo dies? No. Come on, get out of here.
really, quite honestly, to see that confirmation in the trailer baffles me. I mean, if you were going to have a big surprise like that, why wouldn't you save it for the release of the movie? Now, undoubtedly, the first people who saw the movie would immediately spoil it all over the internet. Maybe they didn't feel that Civil War had enough going for it that they really needed to spoil the big surprise.
I think, okay, look. Captain America movies have always been consistent with me. I always liked Captain America movies. For some reason, from 1 to 2, it was great. 3 looks great. It looks very interesting. Iron Man, the first Iron Man, great movie. Iron Man 2, great movie. Iron Man 3, piece of shit. So, that kind of was where I started losing faith in Marvel movies. And then I saw Avengers Age of Ultron. That was a complete shitfest. So, I really lost faith in Marvel movies. And then like a few other Marvel movies, like Guardians of the Galaxy was cool, and that kind of gave me hope for them. And this movie looks very promising, so I am definitely interested in Captain America 3. I don't think they needed to do anything else with it, because I think the concept of Iron Man versus Captain America itself was enough as a pull. Like Batman versus Superman, that was enough, but I think Batman vs. Superman had the dumb idea of having a trailer where Batman and Superman team up in a movie that's called Batman vs. Superman. Just saying.
The trailer, but I don't know. And quite honestly, now I'm starting to get a little worried about the movie. Even though I'm excited that there's so much action that looks like it's going to happen, there may be too many people involved now in the movie for there to be enough focus that the movie is going to make coherent sense, or that
everyone is kind of saying, well, it's just a Marvel movie, this kind of stuff. And he does have a point, because back when Avengers 1 was being in production and was being made, the biggest worry people had was the amount of characters and screen time that were in the game, that was going to be in the movie, because you do run the risk of losing focus. Excuse me, and that is important. You need to have a focus in your movie. You can't just kind of have all these characters and tell a coherent story. Now, I think, what's kind of going in Marvel's favor is that they did 2 Avengers movies. Excuse me again. So they have the experience to handle multiple characters in a movie. So I think that they'll be able to handle it. It's just going to be very hard. That's the only thing, is that it's going to have an effort. It has... You need to put more effort into the movie if you're going to have these many characters. That's the only thing and that's kind of why a lot of these kind of movies failed in the past, is because no one has done movies like this before, and you don't really have a lot of focus. So I think Marvel has the experience to kind of handle all these characters, but he does bring a good point that it might be too many characters. And that is something that people need to kind of remember is that, yeah, it's a civil war and you're going to do this stuff, but if it's going to be one movie of this civil war and you have all these characters, you do need to find a way to balance it. Because you can't just have like 50 characters in a movie and be able to tell a coherent story. That's just not how it works. But again, we'll have to see because it could be they could do something with it because they've had experience with these kind of movies. So we'll have to wait and see.
Everyone gets a shot. I mean, you're talking upwards of 5 to 6, if not more, characters on each side of the Civil War that are constantly probably going to be meeting up and fighting and going after each other. And the question here is, are they all going to get enough time to shine? Or are they all just going to have little mini cameos that last 2 to 5 minutes and maybe they're in an action scene or two, but really just focuses on 1 or 2 characters? I guess it remains to be seen for when the mainstream movie releases. For me, I'm excited, but I'm also going to be a little bit apprehensive because I've seen movies like this before where unfortunately there's too much going on and it becomes a jumbled mess. I'm hoping that that's not what happens, but I guess we'll have to see when it releases on May 6th. So those are my thoughts and reactions on the new Captain America Civil War Trailer 2. What are yours? Go ahead and leave a comment on the description.
And more shitty font because Phil cannot be creative with his videos. So that's it. That's all I got to say. That was a cool bonus video, I guess. And thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. And, by the way, I'm going to do a little self-plug. I uploaded a new video on my main channel. If you want to check it out, it's going to be in the link to the description below. It's a test series I'm not sure if I want to keep doing. It's going to be like, I'm going to try to make it monthly, but it might be a little bit longer because these type of videos I want to take my time with. But it's called an art cast series, where I'm going to be talking about my art and topics on art and all this kind of stuff. It's going to be like a podcast type deal where I just talk about stuff that has to do with art. So if you're interested in art and my opinions on that shit, in the link in the description below, and I hope you guys enjoyed that video, because I worked pretty hard, decently hard on it, probably harder than most of DSP's videos. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have a nice week, and see you in the next one.